Oh, Colorado went to Saudi Arabia. Didn't have that on my bingo card. This comes from our friends at Sports Illustrated. Jeff Hauser, Jason Jones, reporting Colorado sought NIL funding from Saudi Arabia's PIF in unprecedented move. They spelled unprecedented wrong in the title. That's okay. We'll forgive and forget. It goes on to say that Deion Sanders had Trevor Riley, his special teams coordinator last year, who resigned on August 1st, who was trying to bring in money for 5430, the NIL collective. He expressed to Sports Illustrated, the direct quote from the article from SI, that there were no bad feelings between anyone in the program, but rather he was at odds with a few people in Colorado's administration. So according to this, he basically was unhappy with the money they were giving him. They're giving him like $90,000 a year, let him be the special team. I'll read you the quote that he gives. But first, the whole Saudi Arabia thing, that's the Middle East, where he spent the last holiday season with Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, trying to garner money for name, image, and likeness on behalf of Colorado football. Can you just picture this guy dripped out in Colorado gear? I hope he has the Deion Sanders hat, the cowboy hat, and the glasses. Just bow, 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 bow. Walking into a meeting with the Saudis. Like, hey, guys, nice oil and gas out there. What do you say about giving a little moolah to the old Colorado football program, yeah? Uh-huh. Oh, return on investment? Yeah, we don't have a lot of that. It's more just like a, you scratch our back, we lose football games kind of deal. He says this was in a copy of what Riley says was in his resignation letter to Colorado. And this quote from Riley to Sports Illustrated, the arrangement was that because I did all the NIL work at Jackson and got us through, you guys would pay me a modest salary to make me special teams coordinator, which should have freed time to me to handle NIL activities. I love it. You're an on-field coach. Yeah, but make me the special teams coordinator so that I don't have to focus on the actual coaching thing and I can just go make us some money. Come on, guys. He goes on. You paid me $90,000 a year and let me handle special teams. I did all this work in your name and was told to pursue it. I burned through all my this is crazy. I burned through all my contacts in my Mormon community, which is worth about $3 trillion. Now I can't get these people to answer my calls because I just found out today that none of my endeavors will happen. Wow. $90,000 a year to be the special teams guy. We made you an on-field coach who doesn't really do anything so you can go out and get some money. You have Mormon contacts that are worth $3 trillion. LDS, thank you. That are worth $3 trillion. And now none of them are your friends anymore because you went to go to them and now none of your endeavors will happen. He is finally quoted as saying, gosh, I love it. I even went to Saudi Arabia. This sounds like such a fun breakup thing where the girl, like her love language is gifts, acts of service. And the guy is just not. The guy's like, hey, more of like a words of affirmation, quality time guy. And at the end, she is, or vice versa, he is. I went through a breakup recently, so this is a good analogy. So he is or she is being like, hey, I bought you a car and a boat and I cleaned the house and I did all kinds of things for you. And he's like, I didn't ask you to meet the Saudis. Our relationship could have functioned without you meeting with the Saudis to get money for our NIL fund. He says, I even went to Saudi Arabia. I got a meeting with the Saudis who were interested in pursuing business. I have email receipts to prove it, and you guys let it fall flat on its face. That's how I read it. That's what I think he was posing here in the quote. I went all the way there on my holiday, and they were going to do it too, and you cut it. What? Is this what Deion's running in Boulder? Riley said he acted on his own accord, by the way. Great. Again, perfect example of the boyfriend's like, I didn't ask you to get on a flight and go to Belarus or wherever Saudi Arabia is. I didn't. Well, I did. I did all of it on my own accord. He said I did nothing illegal. Very clear here. All conversations with the Saudis were very legal. I didn't do anything wrong. Sports Illustrated continues by saying, some of these out-of-the-box concepts are small. Earlier this week, a 99-year-old Colorado legend, Peggy Copham, received a one-of-a-kind NIL deal for I Ain't Hard to Find to Blender's sleeve, whatever that means. So look, NIL is a big thing. And Coach Prime is a guy that goes outside of the box. And Sports Illustrated would tell you here, it sounds crazy. It's really not. The Saudi government owns multiple international professional soccer clubs outright, along with stakeholder rights in many others, including Chelsea and Newcastle United. They're also lead backer for Live Golf. Yeah, that's what you want to cite your source for. Come on, guys. Live Golf's doing it. We can do it here at Colorado, who previously attempted to buy the PGA Tour and partners with ATP in Formula One. I get it. The Saudi Arabian PIF, they give out money. And it's not even that crazy for Riley to go. Like they told this random guy, hey, you, bud, you're our special teams coordinator. Well, I don't know anything about special teams. Okay, it's fine. Just go do whatever. Find us some money, please. And that is the attack that he's been on. And that attack included him spending his holiday in Saudi Arabia. After the whole Deion CBS thing, where he was like, I'm not answering your question. And the one guy said, your team have chemistry? What is chemistry? Brr. And the other guy was like, you bolstered your offensive line. Don't use that word bolstered. Say that we improved. That's what the word means, Deion. That's not, nope. You went 4-8 last year. It was at a bar in Salt Lake City, which is kind of like a misnomer. It's at a bar in Salt Lake City, a place that sold drinks. Bar is a strong word. And they had TVs on, and ESPN News was replaying the Colorado-Stanford game. And I forgot how crazy bad that was. And now that's the guy that we all look toward, and they're like, yeah, Dad, you are the one. You are the one who puts us on a pedestal in the Big 12. People turn their cameras, their weary eyes in college football to Deion Sanders, the guy who I guess he had no grasp on this. Did he know the guy was going to Saudi Arabia? And now the guy's ticked off because he's like, I went and I got all this money from the Mormons, from the Saudis. I got all this money from these people, and then you did me wrong. You only gave me $90,000. I hope they were giving him commission. Hope he wasn't just flying on his own accord to Saudi Arabia and not getting commission. Also, $90,000 to be the special teams coordinator. I didn't even mention it. That's just silly. Like, pay him more than that, especially if the guy loves his job this much. I should hire. You think he wants an internship? We could work well together. He would go to Saudi Arabia and be like, hey, will you sponsor Locked On Big 12? I'm like, yeah, sure. And he'd come to me and be like, yeah, man, you're fired. I worked all that time and they were going to sign the deal. The Saudis are going to sponsor Locked On Big 12 and now I can't. Love it. Sorry to Riley. It's his last name. First name, sorry. Trevor Riley. Hope that you and Connor Stallions are partying it up somewhere in Saudi Arabia together. Thanks for listening to the show today. Wasn't that fun? I had fun today. I like doing shows alone. It's just you and me get to talk. I get to ramble for a bit. Hopefully it's entertaining. I never really know. I read the comments. I see what you say. My mom reads the comments and she sends them to me. Send thoughts and prayers my way after the breakup. It's like a 3-month-old breakup, by the way, but even still, thoughts and prayers. Coming up tomorrow, it's Saturday. Monday, I'll see you there. This has been, it always will be, Locked On. Thanks for making it your first listen every single day. Dose Grande.